Is anyone else cold? I've got snow. So guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about holiday weight gain. Obviously the holiday season brings lots of families together, friends together, and it's very food focused. And a lot of these foods are very calorically dense. So today's video, I wanted to share some studies with you that look at weight gain over the holiday season, as well as some strategies for you to actually minimize weight gain during Christmas and New Year. So the first study is by an author called 𝐂𝐡𝐫𝐢. They looked at 195 individuals from pre-holidays through to post-holidays. So basically September through to March. And during that 6-week holiday period, so November through to early January, the average weight gain was about 0.4 of a kilogram. What was interesting was by 1 year follow-up, the average weight gain was about 0.6 kilograms. So that means that during that 6-week window, this crucial time, holiday period, 50% of their weight was gained for the entire year. So what can we actually do about this? So I know a lot of you guys have different goals at the moment. Some of you are in fat loss, some of you are reverse dieting, and some of you lucky folks might even be building muscle. So I want to make sure that I can give each of you some unique information to apply to Christmas and the new year. So for the first group, those that are currently doing fat loss, my first recommendation is, if you have been dieting for a little while, it's very normal to feel hungry. And the longer that you've been dieting, the more pronounced that hunger feeling is going to be. So I don't feel like there's something wrong with you if you are feeling really hungry and you want to have seconds and thirds and fourths, because that is one of the ways that our body regulates our bodies and prevents us from starving to death. So in my opinion, the best thing that I think that you can do is actually take yourself back to maintenance for the entire period to give yourself some flexibility around some of these important dates. So option 1 would be to take your calories back to maintenance for the next 14 days, not just a couple of days, for the next 2 weeks. And maintenance calories is as defined, it is the amount of calories that will maintain your current body weight. So if you've been in a deficit, those calories are your deficit calories. They're not your maintenance calories. So if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about how to calculate your maintenance calories, you can actually go to my YouTube channel. I have a video that describes exactly how to determine this. So the alternative is, if you're using Carbon Diet Coach, our diet coaching app, you can actually just go straight into the settings and it will do this for you. Now, if you are a competitor and you do have some more restrictive deadlines on when you need to achieve your fat loss goal, well then at minimum, I would take your calories back to maintenance on a few key days to permit yourself some flexibility so that you can actually enjoy the holidays with your family and friends. The other thing you both might like to do is to do some calorie cycling. So on those important days, maybe Christmas Day, Boxing Day, if you celebrate Boxing Day, and your New Year, take your calories up a little bit higher and give yourself a lot of flexibility. And then on the other days, when you haven't got quite as much going on, take your calories a little bit lower. We know that your 7-day energy balance is far more important than having the exact same calories every day. And something else to remember is our maintenance calorie intake isn't a fixed number. Remember, our metabolism is adaptable. And anecdotally, we see this range anywhere from say 7 all the way up to 10% higher or lower of your calories. So if you mess up a little bit, you do go over, then it's not the worst thing in the world. My next tip is, on the day of Christmas or whatever your big special family days are, have a big breakfast. Make sure that it is protein rich and high in dietary fiber, and that's going to help ensure that your appetite regulating hormones, so things like leptin and ghrelin, aren't leaving you so ravenous that by the time you get to Christmas lunch or dinner, you're feeling absolutely starving. So for the second group, people that might be reverse dieting, it's actually very likely that your calorie targets are probably still a little bit challenging. You might have made some progress from the end of your fat loss. However, it doesn't mean that those calories are still easy for you to adhere to. So honestly, my advice is probably going to be much the same as I've said for the people in fat loss. Just make sure that you have a plan, perhaps do some calorie cycling so that you can at least enjoy your day without the unexpected weight regain. Now on that topic, weight fluctuation is very normal. On a normal day, we would expect to see our weight fluctuate anywhere from 1 to 2% or even higher, depending on what you have eaten. And that comes back to our dietary fiber, our sodium intakes, our total calorie intakes. There are so many things that influence our body weight on the scale. So if you do see your weight go up after some calorie cycling, just be patient. Give yourself a few days. Your weight is going to come back down when you get back on track with your normal calorie targets. Now, for the lucky folks who are currently going through muscle building, you guys have probably already got pretty good calorie intakes, somewhere in the realm of say 10 to 15% above your maintenance. Or another quick reference guide might be to take a look at your total calorie intake and compare it to your activity levels and your lean body mass. So one of the tables in our reverse dieting guide actually shares some really insightful information about what a good amount of calories might actually be. So hopefully you are consuming somewhere between 35 to 45 calories per kilogram of body weight for somebody who is moderately active. Now, there are other options. Obviously, you can go completely untracked and maybe try some intuitive eating. However, I do warrant a little bit of caution, particularly for people that have just come off fat loss or potentially recovering from some kind of poor relationship with food, disordered eating, or eating disorders. The reason for this is due to some of the hormonal and physiological changes that take place in our bodies once we've been restricting calories. It can be incredibly difficult to self-regulate our calorie intakes and our food intakes. The chemical message that we continue to get, or that hormonal message that we continue to get, continues to tell us to eat and eat, and that might be beyond our physiological needs. So if you are going to have an untracked day, be mindful and think about some of the reasons why you might be having a second serving. We eat for many reasons: social, hunger, and also emotional. Something that I do for myself is I might say, am I eating this because I'm hungry? Am I eating this because I'm feeling anxious or stressed or some kind of an emotion? Or is it just I'm enjoying myself and I think I'm just going to give myself permission to eat this and have fun with my friends? So try that and see if it helps if you are going to go down the pathway of intuitive eating or just having an untracked day. So I do think it's really important for you guys to have some kind of a plan so that you can stay the course these holidays. And don't forget, it's also okay to continue exercising. For me, I'm still going to be training, but I'm going to be giving myself a deload this week. So my training volumes are going to be about 50% of what's normal, and that gives me way more time to actually spend with our family and friends and enjoy this holiday period for what it is. So guys, I hope that these tips have been helpful for you. I hope that you have a fantastic Christmas. If you have any questions or concerns about the next couple of weeks and you're still a little bit unsure what to do, feel free to leave me a comment. I'm always in there responding to people, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year. See you next time.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year.